There's a reason warriors train in silence. It's not for peace. It's because silence is the only place where truth speaks. The world celebrates the light, the victories, the trophies, the glory. But no one sees what happens before that light appears. No one sees the pain, the exhaustion, the nights where your body shakes and you whisper to yourself, just one more rep, just one more breath. You see, strength isn't built under applause. It's built in the shadows where no one claps, no one watches, and no one cares. That's where the real work happened. That's where the weak break and the chosen rise. Every drop of sweat, every scar, every failure, it's the price of transformation. People want power without pain. They want the glory without the grind. But you were built different. You learned that pain isn't the enemy. It's the forge. When the world turned its back on you, you learned to lift yourself. When no one believed in you, you learned to believe harder. When comfort called your name, you walked into the storm instead. Because somewhere inside you, there's a voice that refuses to die, a voice that whispers, I will not stay weak. I will not fade into the crowd. I will rise even if it breaks me. That's what separates you. Not talent, not luck, Will. You didn't build yourself to impress anyone. You built yourself to end the war within. The war between who you are and who you're meant to become. You see, the world doesn't reward effort immediately. It watches. It tests. It waits to see if you'll give up like everyone else. And when you don't, when you keep going, even after the pain gets louder, that's when the world finally looks your way. That's when the light hits you. But by then, you won't even need it. Because you already became what you were chasing. You built yourself in the dark, in the cold, lonely hours, where no one saw your struggle. And now you move like someone who has nothing left to prove. You no longer fight for recognition. You fight for evolution. You fight to destroy every limit you ever believed in. You'll have moments where the world doubts you again, where it tells you you're not enough. But that's fine because you've already faced worse voices, the ones in your own head, and you silence them. Every time you rise after failing, you prove something powerful. You are not the same person who fell. You've changed. You've grown. You've sharpened your soul. And when the world finally sees you, they'll think it happened overnight. They'll call it talent. They'll call it luck. Not because they want to, but because they have to. Because silence is the only place the truth can't hide. The world talks about success like it's a celebration, but they never talk about the silence that comes before it. The kind of silence that feels like death. When you're fighting battles no one knows about. When your dreams start to look like delusions and the fire inside you flickers between belief and despair. That's where the transformation begins. See, most people only move when they're seen. They train when the camera's on. They fight when someone's watching. They grow only when there's applause waiting for them at the end. But you have to move differently. You have to learn how to grind when the world is asleep. You have to build when no one's clapping. You have to keep walking when there's no light ahead. Only faith, because the dark isn't your enemy. It's your forge. It's where you learn what you're really made of. When the noise disappears, you start hearing your own voice again. And it's not gentle. It's brutal. It tells you every truth you've tried to avoid. That you're not working hard enough. That your comfort is killing your potential. That the only thing standing between you and greatness, what is your excuses? That's what the dark is for. To break you open. To strip away everything that's weak. So only the warrior remains. You'll face 1,000 battles in your life. But none will be as brutal as the one you fight inside your own mind. Because when the body is tired, it's
not your strength that fails. It's your will, and will is built in the dark.
Every night you train when no one else does. You're sharpening your spirit. Every time you push through pain, you're teaching your soul to obey. Every time you fail and rise again, you're rewriting what impossible means. You have to become addicted to your own growth, obsessed with your own evolution. Because if you don't push yourself, no one will. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to hand you power. You have to take it. But taking it means sacrifice. It means losing sleep, comfort, peace, even people. It means outgrowing everyone who still believes in limits. The moment you decide to grow, you'll start to lose the ones who are comfortable with your weakness. That's the price of awakening. You become too real for the world that survives on pretending. And that's fine, because you're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. Let them whisper when you're not around. Because while they talk, you build. While they sleep, you cry. While they wait, you evolve. Every rep, every scar, every drop of sweat. It's building in something no one can see yet, but they will. Because the day will come when all the darkness you walk through will light the fire that the world can't ignore. There's a moment in every journey where the pain becomes unbearable, where your body screams, your mind doubts, your heart wants to give in. That's the breaking point. And that's where the weak die and the warriors are born. The breaking point isn't a sign you should stop. It's proof that you're close to something divine. Because greatness doesn't begin until comfort ends. When you feel like you got nothing left, that's when you must push harder. Because that pain you feel, it's the sound of your limits shattering. You see, everyone wants power until they realize what it costs. Power demands isolation. It demands madness. It demands years of unseen struggle and invisible victories. There's no shortcut. There's no secret technique. There's only repetition. Again, 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 until your weakness gives up before you do. You'll bleed. You'll fail. You'll fall on your knees and question if it's worth it. And the answer will never come from the world. It'll come from the fire inside you that refuses to die. That's how warriors are made. They don't escape the darkness. They master it. They don't avoid pain. They learn its rhythm. They don't wait for the light. They become it. Because the truth is, no one sees your battles, but everyone will see your transformation. And one day, after all the nights of silence, the blood, the doubt, the loneliness, you'll rise. Not like before, not for show, but as something the world can't define. Because you didn't build yourself for validation. You built yourself for victory. You built yourself for truth, for strength, for the version of you that refused to stay weak. The world will look at you and say, "Where did this come from?" But you'll know it came from the shadows. From every night you stayed up when you wanted to quit. From every failure that broke your bones, but not your spirit. From every silent promise you made to yourself and kept. That's the real glory. Not the lights, not the trophies, but knowing you became someone the old you could never touch. And then when you walk into the light, you'll realize it was never about proving anyone wrong. It was about proving yourself right. You'll carry the scars, silence, strength, and they'll see it in your eyes. The reflection of someone who built themselves in the dark and no longer fears anything that hides there. Because that's what true strength is. Not the absence of pain, but the control of it. So keep building, keep fighting, keep training like the world will never see you. Because when it finally does, it won't recognize you. You'll be unshakable, unstoppable, unbreakable. And in that moment, you'll smile quietly, because you'll finally understand the truth. The dark was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to define you. You built yourself in the dark, and now the world will see you in the light. Everyone wants the throne, but no one's ready for the weight that comes with it, because when you finally get there, you realize the crown doesn't shine. It bleeds. But here's the part no one prepares you for. After the light finds you, after the applause fades, after the noise settles, you'll feel empty, because the world will finally see your power, but it will never understand your pain. They'll admire your strength, but they won't know the loneliness that built it. They'll see your victories, but not the countless nights you fought battles that had no witnesses. That's the curse of rising too high. You outgrow everything that once made you feel safe. Peace feels too quiet. Rest feels like weakness, because you've lived too long in the storm to trust the calm. You'll walk among people who cheer your name, but their voices won't reach your soul, because your soul only responds to struggle now. It's been trained by pain, shaped by failure, tempered by silence. And though the light shines on you now, you'll miss the dark, because that's where you found yourself. That's the paradox of true strength. You become addicted to the battle that once broke you, not because you love suffering, but because you finally understand what it created. You see, the dark was never your enemy. It was your teacher. It showed you how to bleed with purpose. It taught you discipline when motivation was gone. It taught you how to smile at pain, how to move through fear, how to burn without turning to ash. And now, when life throws chaos at you, you don't flinch. You've already danced with darkness. You've already faced every version of failure that exists. Nothing outside of you can hurt you anymore, because you've already gone through hell and came back with fire in your eyes. Most people crumble when pressure comes. You transform because you learn something sacred in the shadows. Pressure doesn't destroy diamonds, it creates them. Every setback became your sharpening stone. Every rejection became your redirection. Every wound became a map guiding you to your higher self. You don't run from pain anymore. You study it. You don't avoid fear. You face it until it obeys. Because pain and fear are no longer your chains. They're your fuel. That's the moment everything changes. When you stop fighting against your struggle and start fighting through it. When you stop asking, why me? And start whispering, watch me. That's the moment your energy shifts. That's when you stop chasing potential luck and start becoming it. And the world will feel it. They won't understand it, but they'll feel it. That aura of someone who's been broken, rebuilt, and reborn in silence. The kind of presence that makes people go quiet when you walk into the room because they can sense it. The calm of someone who's been through storms and survived every one of them. That calm isn't weakness, it's control. It's the mastery of self that no amount of fame or strength can fake. You've learned to fight without hatred, to win without noise, to grow without validation. That is real power. Not the kind that screams for attention, but the kind that speaks in silence, moves mountains with presence alone. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't wait for the world to notice you. Don't wait for the applause, the recognition, the light. Go back to where it all started. The grind, the quiet, the dark, because that's where your power lives. That's where your evolution begins again. Every sunrise is just another chance to return to the shadows and sharpen yourself, because the mission never ends. The war never stops. And neither do you. You've already proven to yourself that you can rise. Now it's time to prove that you can stay there. Calm in the chaos, grounded in the storm, unshakable in every fight. because that's what being unstoppable truly means. Not perfection, not peace, but power through pain. So go back to work, back to the silence, back to the place no one's watching, and keep building. Because one day when the world sees you again, they won't just see strength. They'll see something far greater. Someone who became their own light. Someone who no longer needs the world to see them because they already see themselves. And in that moment, the world won't just notice you. It will kneel to the truth you become. But even then, don't think the story ends there. Because the higher you rise, the more the universe tests your flame. It won't hand you peace. It'll hand you war, disguised as destiny. And when that storm comes again, don't run. Don't flinch. Stand there and let it hit you. So let it come. Let it all come. You've bled before, you'll bleed again. But this time you'll burn through it. This time you'll rise through it. Because the darkness doesn't scare you anymore. It bows to you now. But that's the thing about power. Once you taste the truth, you can't go back. The calm feels too small. The world too quiet. You start craving the pressure, the chaos, the fight. And because that's where you come alive. You see, the light never made you strong. Pain did. It carved you open, ripped away every illusion, and forced you to face the parts of yourself you tried to bury. You learned to breathe through fire, to see clearly into the dark, to turn agony into art. Every time they doubted you, every time you were broken, the universe was sharpening you, not to destroy you, but to prepare you for what no one else could survive. You stopped fearing the fall because you learned the ground is where rebirth begins. You stopped fearing loss because you realized everything temporary only clears space for something eternal. And in that stillness between pain and purpose, something inside you awakened something ancient, raw, untamed. A force that doesn't beg, doesn't break, doesn't bow. Now your silence carries weight. Your presence feels like prophecy because people sense it. That calm violence, that quiet rage beneath your control. It's not just strength anymore. It's divinity in motion. Every blow against you becomes rhythm. Every scar becomes scripture. You stop chasing strength, you become it. You stop seeking light. You create it. And when you look at the world now, you don't see enemies. You see tests. You don't see failure. You see transformation. Everything is fuel. Everything is training. Everything is part of the fire. You've gone beyond limits, beyond fear, beyond the need to prove anything. Now you fight because it's who you are. Now every breath is a declaration that nothing born in darkness stays there forever. You are the storm's echo, the silence after destruction, the balance between fury and focus. And when the dust settles, when the world looks at you in awe and confusion, they'll finally understand some fires were never meant to fade. You've broken the cycle. You've turned pain into power, chaos into clarity, darkness into destiny. And now the world will witness what the shadows already knew. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to rewrite what power looks like. So walk forward, not as who you were, but as everything you became when the world tried to break you. Because this isn't the end. This is the beginning of your reign. You built yourself in the dark, and now the world will see you in the light.